So in this video we're going to be looking at a sort of default setup, a basic sort of idea on how to play the CT side on Train. This isn't going to be looking at the individual roles and how to play them, so if I'm talking about the Ivy player or the B site player for example, I'm not going to be going over exactly how you're going to hold it, but I'll give some ideas. But to see exactly how these players play, then you'll be wanting to watch demos. This is just going over as a team an idea of how to play Train. So the way I see it is that you've got the two anchor players. You've got the Ivy player who's one anchor, and you've got the B site player as well, who is the other anchor. And then you've got your three other players are going to be your awper and two riflers, and they're going to be your more dynamic players. And they're not going to be holding in certain spots and just locking down up parts of the map. They're going to be moving about. They're going to be doing lots of different things, and we will go over the sort of stuff that they can do. So the first anchor player that we're going to look at is the Ivy player. So with the Ivy player, obviously they're just going to be holding down this area of the map. So with this player, you can also have this as your secondary AWPer, since this is a good place to play the AWP. It's a long range angle here. And then also you can help out with an A execute because you've got these long range angles here as well. And then you can also rotate around towards old bomb train. And it's more long angles like that. So now with the B site player, again, I'm not going to go over exactly how you play it, but the idea is that you're trying to get information for your team, and you're just trying to work out if you need to rotate a second player over if you think it's going to be a B hit. Again, watch pros play this position, watch how they react to certain things, and then you'll greatly improve your play towards the B site. So now we're going to look at the three dynamic players as I like to view them. So you've got the awper and the two riflers. So we'll start off with the awper first of all. So with the AWPer on this map, there's lots of long-range angles that you can play, so it really works well with AWPs, and you see a lot of teams actually do double AWP setups. So as a dynamic AWPer, I always think that you should be moving around the map, playing in different spots, never being in the same spot, because if you're playing in the same area, say if you just always keep playing behind the trains here, just going for these long angles here, they'll realize this and they'll just do heavy A executes onto the A site, so that'll lock you out from being able to do damage with the AWP and get picks. So yeah, we'll go over some of the spots that you can play. So you can play this spot here, and this works well with the Ivy player. If they've been hitting Ivy a lot, then you're able to come back, help with Ivy, but also be towards the A site as well. Another good position is playing on the bomb train, since that's a quick rotation towards the B site if your B player needs help. So that includes connector as well, the bomb site and connector. You can play these sort of positions and just be covering the A site and quickly switch over to the B site. What you can also do is go for picks towards B as well, or you can play on the B site, but it's always good to try and throw in a pick. So the B site player can, for example, come up on here, have a flash ready for you as you go for a pick in here. So you come up towards this position here, hold this, take the shot, and then fall back, and then the B player will throw a flash over to allow you to escape. If they've been hitting B a lot, then you can play the AWPer on the B site as well, since this long range angle here is very effective. What you'll find most teams do is actually smoke off this top platform here, so it makes it difficult for you to be effective, but you can still come down onto oil, and if they haven't done a great smoke, you can sometimes see under it. So you can look underneath here, and then you can also move across and help with the cross towards the B site and still look over towards the upper area as well. So with the AWPer being the second most important role, I think the most important players are the two rifle dynamic players, since your setups, the way you do your setups, how effective they are at breaking down any executes, the aggression you take, and the positions that you play are all determined on how much success you're going to get on the CT side. So if you work out that the T's are doing lots of heavy executes, then you can set up crossfires in front of where the smokes land, since most executes with smokes on the A site, for example, are like this. That should be on the train, but it's like that. So if you're playing crossfires like here, aiming towards this area, and you've got one here, then you eliminate the effect of the smoke execute, since you're playing in front of them. So you can catch them as they're coming out and doing their executes. If you think they're playing really slow style, then you can take some aggression. So getting into pop dog and team main is always good. And again, playing off each other is really important. So you can have one in pop dog watching this and one watching team main. If you get control into team main, if you flash a player in, you get control and you smoke out this area here. And you're playing someone close, then he can play here. You can have someone watching towards pop, and you could even have the AWPer as well. playing this angle here and baiting in any player that's in close team aim like here. Since if you fire this shot here with the AWP, players will be swinging out and may forget about clearing this close angle here. So if the T's keep hitting the B bomb site, then you can also do some very strong crossfires on the B site. So you can have someone playing in this lower position here, and they can actually see through this gap here. You can even shoot through it, but most times you just look through it to get the info and swing out since it's a clearer shot. So you can have one person there, and he's being baited in by this guy at back here, so he's baiting in for him. So he's holding these angles here, drawing the attention, and as these players that swing out from here are all going to have their attention drawn to this guy. So they're going to be running out like this, focusing on him, and they may forget to clear this angle. So this was just a video on my view, or just one of the views of how you can play the CT side of train. The idea is that you're not just playing in static positions. You're not always going to have two people on one site and three on the other, or you're just going to have three on the A bomb site, one connector and one B. The idea is that you're being fluid, you're changing up and being dynamic and able to change depending on if the T's are finding a weakness in one of your setups, then you can change up and go more aggressive, or play more heavily towards one of the bomb sites. So if you guys enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you enjoy my content, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.